You're watching Lucia's Vegan Lifestyle. We're celebrating some of the vegan moms who have appeared on the show, raising their kids to be compassionate towards our fellow sentient beings, introducing them to animal rights activism, and some writing the books. Along with my mom, I went vegetarian when I was 12, and my memory is that I came home from school and I told you both that I was never going to eat animals again. And I remember you guys got concerned. What do you remember? What do you remember how you responded to?
Yes, because a vegan, we thought that meat is good for you. First of all,
Right.
it gives you strength. That's what we knew.
Right.
You know, and you have to take a lot out of your diet.
Right.
So I didn't want that to happen to you. I wanted you to be a strong person, you know, with steak and everything else.
Right.
But then it took me a while to accept that. Because again, for the healthy reason, I didn't think it was so healthy to be vegan. If you remember, I used to say, take your medication, take your vitamins, supplements.
Yeah.
And because I was worried.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
I actually remember that you sent me to a nutritionist.
Exactly.
Which was so forward thinking.
I fling open the refrigerator doors with great panache and I say, boys, we're going vegan. And they were like, yeah, what is vegan? And I cleaned out, with their help, the entire fridge from every single animal product. You'd find it in sneaky places in that freezer with our organic veggie patties. Oh, there's milk in there. Oh, there's cheese in that. And we filled 4 grocery bags to the brim. And that was going on 6 years ago. We've never looked back. In a day, just done.
It's a family decision, so we're all vegan. So thanks to his support, it's very easy.
People always think that there's this complex dynamic that you need to kind of adhere to, and I think people also feel that you're depriving your children of certain foods, whether they be sweets or whatever. But the reality of it is that there are so many different options available nowadays, and I think that the challenge for people is that you have to just be aware. We try to live as an aware family. When you're open and you're aware of what's going on, I think things become very, very simple.
I could not find any cookbooks for vegan babies and toddlers. No first food books anywhere. And so I thought, gosh, someone should really make that. And then I came to the realization that maybe that's me. We worked with a foremost pediatric plant-based nutrition expert. And she did little highlights on every recipe saying like, this recipe provides 40% of the daily recommendation of protein for toddlers. This helps give parents the confidence to know that feeding your kid plant-based is a really, nutrient-packed way to raise a child.
You make these vegan lashes. You've made these specifically for me that might be in your collection eventually. But right now you do lash extensions that are vegan.
Correct.
Why vegan lashes?
I'm against animal cruelty. Animal cruelty, I've tried very hard to be vegan. I mean, I pushed myself. I did it for a whole year. I have a great support system, which is my son. He is vegan. He's been vegan for so many years. So it's very important to me. They're little creatures that do not have a voice. So us being able to not use animal product is huge for me. And beautifying women, and nobody got hurt, so it's a big plus. It's a win-win.
He changed my diet to help me lose weight for our wedding because I wanted to. He said I was perfect, but I wanted to. And I got rid of for me, I didn't eat meat, but I ate lots of dairy and eggs and all of it. And so a lot of saturated fat, ate processed junk. Hospital food is the best food to get sick and obese. That's like, you eat hospital food, it's good for business, right? So
Looking at it, I'm like,
it's horrible. I started eating tons of raw vegetables and omega-3 fatty acids, flaxseed and chia seeds. I started drinking a gallon of water a day. And then what happened was, not only did I lose weight, I went from a size 11 to a 3 in like 3 months at the time, but all my arthritis went away, my blood clots went away, my migraines went away. By the time I got my next set of blood tests, there was no sign of lupus. Kidney function normal. And that was over 15 years ago. And I've had 2 beautiful children. You can see some baby picture there. I had 2 beautiful children. I have healthy boys. I had healthy pregnancies. Lupus is deadly for pregnant people oftentimes. I never even had any relapse at all. In 15 years, I've never had a relapse. I have no blood clots. I take no medicines. I have no arthritis, nothing. So when that happened to me as a resident, I wouldn't have come to it any other way because I'm a classically trained Western medical person. I've done research. So because that happened to me, there had to be something I was missing. And that led to the research that I did to understand. When you start out with the fresh stuff, you were programmed differently. You got to eat that good stuff from the farm and your taste buds were programmed the right way. I was like that with my kids. They were raw vegan the first year of life. They never had any sugar or anything like that. So they didn't try sugar the first time until they were older than 2. But at that point, they were so programmed that even now, if they do have something that's, vegan, but has sugar in it, they can't eat that much because it's like overload.
I've been on this conscious journey for quite some time, just conscious living. I have 3 babies, just, raising a vegan family. I started posting on social media just all that I would cook for them, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I got a lot of engagement with that. And eventually my mom passed away from cancer, and on that journey with her, with really just going through like the Western medicine side of things, but also really looking at alternative options, I was just really honed in, and I started posting a lot about that. And I feel like there was so many people who wanted to learn more and kind of just hear feedback from someone who's doing it or actively doing it in that present moment. So I just love to eat. That's the reality. I love to eat, and I'm vegan. And so it's a combination of the health, but also it's the animals and their welfare and just them being beings who feel and understand. And, it sucks. And for a few seconds of, flavor in our mouth, it's not worth a life. And then on the flip side of that, it's the planet. I have children who are going to be raised in this planet. I may be gone, in the next 50, 60 years, but they'll be here, and I want to leave my footprint and my mark behind, and this is how I do it.
We need to stop animal agriculture. We need to redirect towards plant-based diets, which is basically what we focus on, but absolutely plant-based vegan lifestyles is the best way to live, to have a brighter future on this planet. Mm-hmm. Our children are going to inherit this planet from us. I have a child that is almost 5 years old, my little girl, Aria, and I want to be able to tell her that I did everything in my power to, help make her future brighter, to let her live on a planet that is, worth living on, enjoyable to live on. No child should be worried about their future on this planet. We have youth that have climate anxiety, that are really worried about what their futures are going to look like on this planet. So by eating a plant-based diet, you conserve water, you save animals' lives. You're literally taking the power into your own hands to make a better future for not just our children, but for all life on this planet. That's right. And that's really important that people know that they have this power. Collectively, we have this power. Dairy is at an all-time low right now. And unfortunately, meat consumption per capita is up. But we can stop that. The consumer can stop that with every choice that they make at the supermarket, at a restaurant, with what you choose to wear, with what you choose to put on your body, like get cruelty-free vegan products. Yeah, cruelty-free vegan products. They are better. They're better for your body. They're better for your skin. They're better. They're better for everything.
Subscribe to the Lucia's Vegan Lifestyle YouTube channel to catch up on all episodes, even if you're watching on TV. To catch extended versions of each episode, to engage in the conversation via comments, and to share episodes with others. And follow on social media for exclusives and to find out what's airing next.
Can you answer this question for us? Your mommy said that you gave yourself a special middle name. When you learned how to write Aria, you added a letter. What was that letter?
V.
And what does that V stand for?
For vegan.